Political analyst Ali Demirdas joins us now from Charleston, South Carolina. Ali, good to have you on the show. Now, you recently wrote a paper in which you described the relationship between the U.S. and the YPG as a prolonged honeymoon between the two. What role do you think the U.S. wants the YPG to play in northern Syria?
That's a very good question. What the United States is wanting to create in Syria is a kind of buffer against the Iranian expansion. So the idea that the YPG could counter Iran in Syria is inherently wrong in many ways. First of all, the Washington representative of the YPG, Basham Ishaq, has stated that while the YPG was an effective tool to eradicate ISIS, they cannot take on Iran. Furthermore, there is actually a symbiotic relationship between the YPG, which is the offshoot of the terror organization PKK, and Iran itself, because of the regional politics in Iraq.
Mm-hmm. Ali, it's a very interesting point that you make in terms of the desire by the U.S. to block Iranian expansion in Syria. Let's actually move on a little bit. You also point out in your paper to the S-400 saga, saying that this has taught Turkey an important lesson, that it can sort of stand its own ground despite America's temper tantrum. Ankara purchased the Russian system, and as a result, the world didn't come to an end for the Turks. With this in mind, is this behind the Turkish leadership's ultimatums that we just played?
Exactly. Not only do the Turks basically have come to the conclusion that they could stand against the United States, the U.S. has actually realized that there's a limit to pushing Turkey around. So that's actually the reason why the Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan has given a final ultimatum when it regards to the incursion into Syria.
Ali, just one final question to you. You also say that a possible Turkish operation into northern Syria should be analyzed within the context of the Turkish military presence in northern Iraq. This is an interesting perspective. I don't have a lot of time left, but what exactly do you mean by that?
The majority of the militants, the YPG members, come from northern Iraq. So Turkey has been conducting a military operation into Iraq to eradicate the PKK camps, and Turkey has been doing a great job eradicating those camps. And the operation into Syria greatly depends on Turkey's success in Iraq, which has been the case.
Okay. Political analyst Ali Demirdas, good talking to you. Thank you.